The original Nintendo Entertainment System was the console that started it all. However, there's much more to it than just where Mario first began. With Metacritic being one of the top review sites in the world for gamers, we thought that we would take a look at the top 10 best Nintendo games, regardless of the system, based on Metacritic reviews. And of course, just before we do go into the video, if you do like this type of content and you would like to see some more top 10 videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button and of course, like this video. And with all that said, let's just get straight into it. These are the top 10 best Nintendo games to have ever been released, regardless of the system, based on Metacritic reviews. Number 10, Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil was always very popular on the PlayStation, but Capcom tried to branch it out to other systems at the turn of the 2000s. Once Resident Evil 4 came out in 2004 for the GameCube, was the console that started it all. However, there's much more to it than just where Mario first began. It became one of the most critically acclaimed Nintendo games of all time. Resident Evil 4 took a more action-orientated direction, as the over-the-shoulder camera view and manual aiming gave Leon, and every subsequent action game afterwards, new moves to use against smarter foes. This game was considered redemption for the Resident Evil franchise at the time, as its classic formula from Resident Evil 1 to Resident Evil 3 had grown stale over time. Compared to them, reviews said that Resident Evil 4 was tight and accessible for all gamers. Number 9, GoldenEye 007. The Nintendo 64 crown jewel was the James Bond game GoldenEye 007. It was a first-person shooter based on the movie of the same name, but unlike many movie adaptations, it ended up being even better than the movie. This game became the console's third best-selling game of all time, selling over 8 million copies. However, GoldenEye 007 predated Halo and Call of Duty as a definitive first-person shooter on consoles. The multiplayer mode added even more value to the game, as players could roam through the levels as Bond and other characters from the GoldenEye movie, and of course classic Bond villains like Jaws and Oddjob. Number 8, The House in Fata Morgana, Dreams of the Revenants Edition. The House in Fata Morgana was originally released exclusively in Japan on PC in December 2012. The game has since been released on a wide range of systems worldwide, including the Nintendo Switch in 2021, which is the only one as of today to be rated by Metacritic. This game is a visual novel that sees players revisiting a mansion's history with a spirit that has amnesia. The game was praised by critics for its gripping story, charismatic characters, and wonderful art direction. What's pretty impressive that it's established rivals in the genre, games like Ace Attorney. Number 7, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is actually a direct sequel to Breath of the Wild, using the same world and many of the same locals, but with a few changes here and there. When exploring the caverns under Hyrule Castle, Zelda and Link accidentally awaken the sealed Demon King, Ganondorf. Separated from Zelda with his Master Sword smashed, Link has to find a way to save Zelda and Hyrule again. Link has all the same tools that he had in Breath of the Wild, only they're now backed up by his new abilities like Ultra Hand and Fuse, escape gloom-filled caverns, or build new devices to travel around the land in. Still, this game did fall short of its predecessor on Metacritic, perhaps due to the game's frame rate issues in more densely detailed areas like the forests. Number 6, Metroid Prime. The original Metroid Prime for the NES was one of the most popular games on that system, but after sequels on a Game Boy and SNES, the series went particularly quiet. In 2002, Nintendo brought it back with Metroid Prime for the GameCube, taking place after the original game, in where Samus must explore the world of Talon to uncover the mystery behind the mysterious substance known as Phazon. Metroid already had fans that loved the non-linear search action gameplay, and this GameCube title didn't disappoint them. It combined the classic mix of exploration and shooting action with a new first-person perspective and 3D environments to roam around in. The game was so popular that it got itself 2 sequels, a Wii port via the Metroid Prime trilogy, and a remastered Switch port, and even an upcoming 4th entry. Number 5, Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. Both Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 received high praise when they came out on the Nintendo Wii. Much like the original Super Mario Bros., they see Mario trying to save Princess Peach from Bowser, although in this case in outer space. The fact that both the first and second Super Mario Galaxy games earned the same score on Metacritic speaks wonders about their fantastic design and the series in general. It's challenging and immersive, and the levels and environments are seriously stunning. As far as the Super Mario franchise goes, these were arguably 2 of the best Mario games ever made. Number 4, Perfect Dark. Released in 2000 for the Nintendo 64, Perfect Dark was Rare's follow-up to GoldenEye 007. Unable to make a direct sequel to that game, they created a new franchise with all their planned upgrades instead. It speaks wonders that this game, while not as iconic as GoldenEye 007, is ranked ahead of its predecessor on Metacritic, but with its more varied levels, smarter AI, and counter-operative mode, where one player tries to stop the other from achieving their goals, Perfect Dark was a clear step up from a spiritual predecessor. Number 3, Super Mario Odyssey. Super Mario Odyssey was released in October 2017, exclusively for the Nintendo Switch. Although Mario has to save Princess Peach from Bowser again, this time he can now possess enemies, NPCs, and other objects with the help of Cappy, the hat-shaped creature. To reach Bowser, the two have to collect moons hidden across the multiple worlds to help power up Mario's airship. The game goes back to the Nintendo 64, Super Mario 64 style open worlds, with each one offering a lot of ways to earn moons, whether it's from simple exploration, completing side quests, or stacking up Goombas. Number 2, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Originally made for the Wii U, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild was released as a launch title for the Nintendo Switch in March 2017. This game offers one of gaming's best open world experiences thanks to the well designed map that seems to have a quest, activity, or secret hiding around every corner. This game stands out for how much freedom it gives players, as once they leave the tutorial area, they're free to head in absolutely any direction, even straight to Hyrule Castle if they want to confront Ganon. Even so, it's worth exploring to make Link stronger, get new weapons and items, including the famous Master Sword, and uncover what happened to him and his allies after Ganon struck. Number 1, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. The highest rated Nintendo game based on Metacritic scores is The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, although this should come as no shock that a Zelda title took the top spot. With Zelda still remaining one of the most popular series in Nintendo history, it was bound to have multiple entries on this list, with this title being the 5th game in the series. Making the move to 3D graphics and gameplay, this time Link has to save Hyrule by stopping Ganondorf by obtaining full power of the Triforce. While this game did receive some reports, including the Master Quest series, it's the Nintendo 64 original version that scored 99 for laying the template for all 3D action games to follow. This game comes with smooth analog controls, vast open worlds, and a multitude of side quests and dungeons for players to test their mettle with. And so there you pretty much have it. Those were the top 10 best Nintendo games to have ever been released of all time according to Metacritic. With so many games to choose from, what are your thoughts of this list? Do you agree with this top 10? Or perhaps that you think that there was a game not on this list that should have been included? If so, do let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. I would love to hear it. And of course, not forgetting, if you do like this type of content and you would like to see some more top 10 videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button and of course, like this video. I'll also leave some more videos at the end of this video, including some more Nintendo related content. Thanks very much for watching, guys, and I will see you all next time.